I guess wala akong nag-panic buying pero what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is Nanjiro-sama and you're watching Think Me Hit Vlogs.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day.
Alright, so let's begin. So I think you're all aware I am busy kayong social media nowadays because Philippines has high rate of coronavirus or COVID-19 infection. So the last time that I've checked, we have 111 patients confirmed patients of coronavirus infection. And so what we're to talk about today is well, I'm just gonna share to you the things that I've been buying in the past 2 days to help us, minimize the risk and exposure of getting the said infection. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so I guess may mabasa ninyo sa social media that people have been, nag-panic buying na sila. Daghan kay tao sa groceries and things like that. So I think one of the reasons kanang magpanic sila is they're not aware or they have limited information on what coronavirus is all about. I'm not an authorized person to talk about this, but I'm a nurse by profession. At least somehow I have a little idea on what's going on. But then again, as I've mentioned kaniha, I'm not the authorized person and I'm just commenting or saying my opinion based on the official articles that I've read online. And so, and also the commentaries that I've heard based on the government's response sa kaning state of national health emergency. And as I mentioned kaniha, people are anxious of this new infection spreading all over the world. It's because we have very limited information and somehow people in the government are not giving us much instruction or clear instruction on what to do. Muna, human as we are, we would respond or react in a way na kanang it's all about survival on how to, avoid getting the infection. And so, muna siya, I think it's also brought about by kanang daghan kay mag-share fake news over social media, Facebook, or unverified nga mga sources. And so, it's okay to share information, but if you add statements that would create to other people, I think that's something that we should limit or avoid doing. So, well, I think we're digressing, but I think our main purpose here is, I'm just gonna share to you the things that I've been doing to or buying lately, just to make sure that if di man gani ma-avoid, at least how do I say this? Minimize ang risk of getting the infection. So I think I've read this few months ago when the new cases katong dito pa sa China and wala pa kayo confirmed cases there sa Philippines, is one thing to prevent the of getting the infection is to stay hydrated. Not just for this kind of disease or infection, but I think most diseases, one way to keep yourself healthy is to be hydrated. And one of the articles that I've read is they recommend us to drink or water every 15 minutes. And so I'm happy that I got this tumbler again from Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. This is not a sponsored content, but I'm just happy that I have this tumbler with me. I can bring this anywhere, and I have a source of water every time kailangan ko mo inom o tubig. So I'm just gonna take a sip, and just like that, or maybe a glass of water every hour, maybe, or maybe just a little sip every 15 minutes, and that would help us, at least prevent or minimize the risk of being exposed to such infection. One thing also that is very much recommended by the World Health Organization is frequent hand washing. That's why muna akong gipamalit today. So unpack ta sa akong mga haul. So hand washing, I mentioned hand washing, so I bought this hand soap from Watson's. Buy one take one for 189 pesos. This is 750 ml watermelon scent. So even before the coronavirus outbreak, mag-stock na dito inani sa balay. It just so happened nga ang nabili nga stock is around 1/3 na lang ang sulod, so I have to buy additional stock. So very timely na infection, so infection spreading, so I just decided to buy this in advance, kaya basin people would also be panic buying and mahutda na sad og hand soap. Again, I bought this from Watson for 180. Nice smaller content, 500 ml for 160 something. But I think this is more mas maka-save ka ani based on the amount of or the price of this item per ml if you do the math on that. So hand washing every so often, maybe at least once every 2 hours. And also one way of preventing by the way, nasa like ko mga stock sa balay, bar soap and body wash, Safeguard body wash. So ang kaligo na ko stock daan. I have 3 of this and kanino ka na lang nabili. So just in case, worst case scenario, I'm not spreading fake news or whatever, but it's just me, one way of putting things in order. So regardless if mag-lockdown or not, I have stocks dali sa balay. So muna siya. Another thing is alcohol. Kani siya, I bought this a while ago, way back January, and wala pa siya nahulot. Same thing as this January, panisin ako sila nagpalit. So manang wala na sad ko nagpanic og buy of more alcohol. Okay, I already have these in stock. And also, if you are following me in my personal page on Facebook, I've been reselling alcohol sad in a gallon, per gallon. So kani siya, normally ang size ani is 500 ml. So 1 gallon is about 4 liters of iyang masulod. Ang content niya is 4 liters. So muna siya. What else? Nihapit ko Daiso. I bought liquid dishwashing soap, para sa itong mga hugason sa balay. It is just for 88 pesos, so not really related to coronavirus, but something useful. I bought paper towels. This is for me, ang gamiton, because I have allergic rhinitis, and sometimes if abog ang environment or there are pollens, exposed ko sa pollen, so ma-trigger akong allergy and I would be sneezing all day. So or a few sheets naman lang nabili na ako, so I'm sorry. I decided to buy a pack of 3. This is for 98 pesos sa Daiso. Again, both of these items are from Daiso. So muna siya. Hand washing, hydration, sanitizing through katong alcohol or hand sanitizer. Another thing that I bought from Watson's is vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Ang brand niya is Potency. They're selling this. I bought it from Watson's. They're selling this at 650 per tablet. So I got myself 30 tablets, enough for a month, just to help me boost my immune response. However, kani siya nga branch is katong sa extension bitaw sa Ayala nga Watsons. But when I went to the main branch nila or outlet sa kanang duol sa pen shop, I noticed nga nakapaslay stock sa vitamin C. So this is a pack of 100 generic Watsons brand ng ascorbic acid. Pack of 100 for only 140. That's 140 pesos. So it's like 1.40, 1 peso and 40 cents per tablet. If by box imong paliton. But if individual tablet, they're reselling it at 2 pesos each. So medyo nagastuhan ko gamay kay nadoble na ako palit, but at least I have this in stock. So nipalit na ako daan og duha, kay di naman sad ako ang mo take ani. So if you'd like to get yourselves a set of these multivitamins or ascorbic acid vitamin C, you can visit any drugstore and purchase your own vitamins. So far more na ako napalit for today. Daghan kayo nagpanic gihapon, but there's walay nindot nga kahatag ang magpanic. So it's best to be informed but not to cause misinformation or share. It's okay to share news sa updates sa number of cases on your Facebook account, but I think it's not necessary at some point kay maka-create as a child panic to other people. So let's just post responsibly. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but let's just post status on Facebook responsibly. Avoid fake news, verify your sources, and again, let's keep ourselves healthy at this time. Kay I think I've shared this on my personal on my on the Think page. Many people are not really afraid of the virus itself. Kay viruses, there's a lot of cases nga naka-recover ang mga patients, but I think what we are afraid of is being quarantined for 14 days, and with DOLE's memorandum, it's no work, no pay. So, diba, who wants to stay at home for 14 days without being paid? And it's really a huge impact for us ordinary citizens, middle class people, or even those katong nasa lower social status. I don't know, forgive me, but just for the lack of better term, I don't consider myself mansad nga kanang impoverished because I am living a bit comfortable life. But again, kana siya, di ba, sad ko super dato, so middle class maybe. So again, if us mawadag trabaho for a day, dako na ka siya impact, how much more for 14 days, di ba? So mo na siya. Let's just keep ourselves healthy, to make sure na continuous gihapon ta mag-work and natay sweldo and pambayad sa itong mga bills. Because I think a lot of people now are concerned kay slow ang business, the establishment can close, and their employees there also have other obligations at home, like mga bills na bayaran. And so this is really there's a really huge economic impact and financial impact on each of us. So I just hope and pray that this will be over soon. Cebu City or Cebu Province and Cebu City has implemented preventive measures to limit or minimize the exposure or minimize the risk of getting the disease. Ports, air travels, and land travels from nearby provinces such as Dumaguete, Manila, and some other places na siya, closed ang borders, so nobody's coming in. And I think people are also afraid of the possible lockdown scenario wherein no one is allowed to go outside the homes or their respective houses. So we don't want, na mabutaan ng a point. It's good na naka-community quarantine, at least you can still go out, report to work, go to grocery or stores para mapalit yung essentials, but be vigilant and prepare. Keep yourself informed and be updated. Avoid fake news, guys. And again, hope everybody stays healthy. And share on the comment section below what have you been doing this past few days in order for you to, make yourself healthy, and what are the things that you've been buying aside from alcohol nga grabe hoarding ang daghang tao. So I hope this content today is helpful for us, and I hope mga tips na akong gihatag, even how simple they are, hope they serve as reminders for all of us, such as frequent hand washing. And another thing is get well, sleep well, get enough rest. Okay, it also helps you boost your immune system. So I think this video has been taas na kayo, and I'm just gonna stop it at this point. So if you like this content, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I think I'll also keep you posted or updated by next week or anytime within this week. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.